Hi, my name is Kevin Morris, and I was asked by Dr. Burrow to record myself and to answer some questions about the C.R.A.T.E program or to promote the C.R.A.T.E program within her teacher education program. So I will start and give you a little bit of background information about me. Again, I'm Kevin Morris. I was a student of Dr. Burrow through the University of Memphis Teacher Education Program. She was a great professor. Um, Currently, I teach at a school in Memphis, Tennessee called Peabody Elementary, and it's in the heart of the heart and the community of Midtown. I've taught kindergarten for a year, first grade for 2 years, and this is my first year teaching second grade. Um, so now I'm just going to give you a little bit, try to answer the questions to the best of my ability. So one of the questions asks, why do teacher/family community partnerships matter to me? They matter to me a lot because, again, like I said, my school is located in a community called Midtown. So the majority of our students that make up our school population live in Midtown. So they are our community. So it matters. And I also live in this community. So I'm very familiar with a lot of the families that live here and a lot of the local business owners within our community. So to me, that's very important because I have the honor of educating these children that make up this community. So I try to involve the parents a lot within my philosophy and practices within the classroom. And I give you an example. When we studied careers as a class, or my students got to pick different careers, I reached out to a lot of my parents who work in the community, and they came into the classroom and they talked with the students about their different careers. And they were able to give them a lot of insight as to what they actually do within their field of study. Another community involvement that we have is we have clubs at our school, and one of them, the clubs that I am over, is gardening. And with the gardening club, we have a garden association within Midtown, which we're fortunate to have that, and they're very involved with the students here. They made us a garden. We have Spruce Day, where the community comes out and they plant flowers for our schools, and they also have a program to where they teach the students how to plant seeds, and we have a garden in the back of our school. And the teachers, we sign up for different times to go out to the garden where the students learn how to plant seeds. They learn about decomposition. They learn about the process in gardening and planting. So to me, I look at it as teaching the students are getting a hands-on experience with those concepts that they're learning in the classroom, especially with science. So I love that we are fortunate enough to have the community come into our classroom and they work with us because they have helped me gracefully within my educational career. So again, I think that ties into the next question: is a successful community partnership with a successful family partnership with different families in the class. I try to involve my families a lot within the classroom. One way that I communicate with them is through newsletter and text. I text my parents; they have my cell phone number, and I try to involve them a lot within my instructional practices. So one of the things that I have my parents come in, they read to my children. My parents stuff my Tuesday folders, which are our progress reports that we have to send home every week. They do that for me. Anything that I need, I'll reach out to them first, and they will provide that for my classroom. Snacks for my children, they are very good with doing that, getting me the snacks that I need. And that also takes a lot off of me as a classroom teacher too. And I'm grateful that I do have that relationship with parents. An obstacle that I have faced with dealing with parents is that sometimes with the parents in the community is that you are so grateful to have them, but they want to do a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And sometimes they want to be so involved that it sometimes can take away from instructional time, or some things that they want to do with the classroom may not fit into the current curriculum that you are working on. So there's no way to justify the different projects they would like to complete. So as an instructional leader, what I try to do with when I do have to have those conversations with the communities, I just tell them thank you. This isn't come up right now with our curriculum, but I will keep you updated with that. I'm so grateful that you brought this to my attention. Or if it's something that's against district policy, I will try to see how we can work together and collaborate to make it in compliance with whatever the policy is. And I'll give you an example. With gardening, they wanted the students to use gardening tools, and that with young children, you kind of don't want them using some of those tools. So I was like, no, I don't think that the students can use some of those tools because they can cause for a lot of injuries, and we don't want that. So we had to work around that. But again, I'm very grateful that we do have the gardening community within or the garden association within our community, and they are very involved with our school. Were you ready for teacher/community partnerships when I first started teaching? Yes, I really was, because again, I'm a student of Dr. Burrow. Hey, she's a great professor. I remember one of the classes that I took from her was strictly, if I'm not mistaken, some years ago, where it required for us to work directly with parents of one particular community. So we had a literacy night at, I think it was the school that we went to. We did a literacy night. She taught us how to communicate with the parents, how to basically get those parents involved. And I remember one time that I typed up this long letter to my parents when we had to pretend to write a letter to our parents about something. And my feedback was that parents, you got to understand that they're working and they're just getting off work. So you don't want to give them this long, lengthy letter. You just want to be short and sweet and get to the point. And I still remember that feedback to this day, because when I'm creating letters from parents, I'm like, okay, Dr. Burrow told me that the letters can't be long because they become disengaged with it. So yes, I feel like my teacher education program really, really prepared me, especially with those literacy nights. And I remember we made backpacks full of books, and we had activities for our students, or for the students within that particular school that we went to, for them to complete. So yes, I do feel like I was prepared for that, but I don't believe all education programs have activities, hands-on activities like that, where they actually go out into the community. But fortunately enough, I had Dr. Burrow. If I had the chance to enroll in the C.R.A.T.E program track when we were going through your teacher, which you haven't, right? Definitely, because I feel like it should almost be a requirement that as a prospective teacher or going through your residency or teacher program, that you have so many hours that you're involved in some type of that you're involved with the community, within the school. I think that you're student teaching it, or that you live in, because I think that's extremely important, and that you gain a lot and you get a lot from the community when you're involved, and the parents know that you're involved. And it's one way to put your name out there and for the parents to earn, or for you to earn the parents' trust, because educating children and educating children of the community, that's extremely important. And you have a lot of parents who are relying on you to educate their children. So I believe that teacher education programs should involve the community within their programs, especially to help their candidates become knowledgeable of how to involve families and communities within their classrooms and instructional practices. So that's it for me. I hope that this helped, and I hope I answered all of the questions that Dr. Burrow wanted me to answer. And if you guys need anything else, please let me know.